Welcome back. Now, last week we introduced our new segment called FutureCare. Each week we will discuss a specific topic to help inform everyone of important tips and solutions for kind of navigating the sometimes very complicated world of planning for senior care, either for yourself or even for a loved one.
And that's why Nicole Young with Zimmermans Personal Care joins us again. This week she's explaining how does someone know if they need to look into future care, because that's pretty important. And I want to say good morning, Nicole. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again.
Yes. So how do we know if someone needs to look into future care?
Because you were talking about kind of three main groups.
Right.
So we can kind of dive into those a little bit.
So as we said last week, everyone can benefit from having a future care program in place. But there's three specific groups of people who can really see those benefits sooner rather than later. In the first group, we use retirement as the benchmark. We tend to think, well, do I have enough money to retire? I do, I'm good. That's only half of it. You're not fully prepared for retirement unless you have a future care program in place that can help deal with all the daily things that could come up that could keep you from staying in control of your life. Now, we have the second group. That's going to be anyone who has a loved one who's beginning to age. And, that may be a spouse. Very commonly, it's a parent. You need to have a conversation with them. You don't know how to begin it. It could be kind of awkward. You don't want to be intrusive. So you really don't know what they have planned, but you need to get something planned. And then the third group is anyone who can feel the effects today of not having a future care program in place. So maybe they had an unexpected medical condition come up, perhaps they're starting to feel a little uncomfortable living alone, and they've kind of said to themselves, if I had known this was going to happen, I would have planned differently. And unfortunately, they kind of feel like it's too late. Maybe they lost their chance to plan, and that's not the case. We have clients all the time who come to us in a crisis, and we go ahead and stabilize that crisis, get a future care program in place. We get them back in control of their lives and feeling empowered again.
So there is no wrong time to come to you.
No, there's never a wrong time.
And now if we went through these three different types of groups and someone's saying, no, that doesn't really fit me, or I'm not really sure if I fall into one of these groups, you've made it so easy because you actually kind of have a quiz to where you can ask yourself some of these questions.
Right.
And we'll kind of go through a couple of the questions, and people at home can maybe do a little bit of self-reflecting right now.
And they really should.
Yeah.
Now, I love a quiz because it's a good way to do like a check and balance of really where are you in life. You can take this quiz in reference to yourself or that loved one you're thinking of. The only thing is it's pass or fail. There's no grading on a curve. So you need to be able to answer yes to all of these questions.
And then question one, do you have at least two people who you can call 24/7, that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, who will be able to meet you at the hospital?
That's right. Now, you need to have two people because maybe your first person is out of town, so you have to have a backup. And they need to be able to get to the hospital by themselves. Believe it or not, people sometimes expect, oh, I'll just get in the ambulance with you. That doesn't always work. You can't rely on a neighbor to get you there, and you shouldn't be relying on perhaps a child who lives across the country.
That's absolutely something, again, we need to reflect on. Question number 2, can those people you named answer relevant medical information about you without hesitation? That's the key there.
That's the big key. We always say nothing ever happens Tuesday at noon when everybody has everything in front of them. It happens in the middle of the night. And you have to expect that if you're taken to the hospital, there's a fair chance you may not be able to speak for yourself. So the hospital will need relevant medical information to give you good care. So can the people you surround yourself with answer tough questions and answer them accurately, such as, what medication are you allergic to?
And I know we have question 3.
And it's, do those people know exactly how you would want that situation dealt with?
Number 3 is the hardest one to answer yes to because you don't know what situation you're going to be in. There could be a variety of them. So does that person know how to deal with each situation and be able to carry out your wishes exactly the way you would want them?
And about question number 4?
Here we go. Do you have the resources and information available to them 24/7 to start to carry out your wishes immediately? And we're going back to that 24/7.
24/7 is the key there. Again, things happen in the middle of the night. That's a very common time for things to go wrong. And you don't want to have to hire someone in a crisis if you don't want to. We discussed that last week because you're kind of at the mercy of who's available. So you want to make sure the people you've surrounded yourself with know what services you would want, and they've had a chance to check on those services, make sure that they meet your qualifications and what you want those services to provide.
Absolutely.
We've got one more question. Are they going to be physically able to check on you and ensure that things are progressing on a daily basis in accordance with your wishes? And we're kind of going back to somebody that can be there every day.
Every day.
Yep.
So here's the thing. When you get out of the hospital, you don't know maybe what the next step could be. It could be as serious as you're no longer really in a position to live on your own. Do the people that you've surrounded yourself with know if you want assisted living? Do they know if you want in-home care? What kind of assisted living home would make you happy? And are they available to come visit you, to check on you and get you what you need? Are they able to do quality checks of your services? Do they even know what they should be looking for quality? I sit here with such pride and with such happiness knowing that our clients can pass that quiz with flying colors because they have a team around them 24/7 who knows them personally and can carry out their wishes. Because any good future care program needs to keep you in control of your life, make you feel empowered, and never, ever give you a second of feeling alone.
And of course, you know the questions to ask. That's exactly where this quiz is coming from. Nicole, I love that, of course, this week we tackled that and made people do a little bit of thinking. Now, make sure you tune in next Tuesday to catch Nicole here on the Morning Blend again for the next installment of Future Care and a brand new topic. Feel free to send a suggestion to info@zimagent.com to learn more from Nicole and Zimmerman's personal agents. You can definitely give her a call anytime at 531-9051 or go online to zimagent.com. Nicole, again, thank you.
Thanks for having me.